Hey loves, welcome back to the Coco Swatches YouTube channel. My name is Ofune and I am the face behind some of these swatches you might see floating around your social media feeds. Today is an exciting day. We have dun, 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 Fenty Beauty Snapshadows. These are launching, I believe, on the 26th, and I just received them in PR yesterday, so I decided to create this look with them. So I thought I'd take you through a demo of the shadows, how they work, and at the end, we will talk a little bit about how I feel about them. So if you're into these shadows, want to find out more, stay tuned and keep on watching. So I thought I'd start off by showing y'all the brushes. Fenty came out with two new brushes. I think the eyeshadow brush is existing, but the blending and precision brushes I believe are new, and we'll get into this a little bit later. So I wanted to also show y'all how these palettes work. So I have number 3 and number 7 here snapped together. They are Snapshadows. Each palette has 6 shades in it, so together you get a total of 12 shades, and they both have mirrors, so that's how they kind of look together. They are like pretty cute. They also kind of save space because they're these like, you know, little small rectangular shapes that fit together. They snap together on the back, so I believe you only can snap 2 together at a time. So they are pretty secure. That's me trying to unsnap them. So once you unsnap them, that is how they look. Pretty small and pretty thin, and then you just snap them back. So depending on which ones you have, you can snap, interchange, however you want to do it. So let's get into this look. So to begin, I'm just going to use concealer to prime my eyelids. I actually messed up earlier, so you can see a little bit of that residue on camera, but I'm using the concealer to just mute it out. I don't want to do anything too out of the norm. I just want to kind of do what I would normally do with any other eyeshadow palette. So that is what we're trying to create. So I'm going to show y'all how I did that on the other side. So we're starting off with that deep orange shade, and I'm using the blending brush from Fenty and starting off in the crease. So 2 things I want to note: this pigment is really good for a matte shadow on deeper skin tones. Like you guys saw, I just applied the concealer and this color is showing up really nicely, and this blending brush is really great for getting into that crease. It does kind of have like more of a pointed edge rather than a round one, so it is really getting into the crease there and right under my brow bone. Next, I'm going to go in and take that olive shade there, and I'll have the shades I used in the description box below because I'm interchanging between the 2 palettes. But again, I'm using the blending brush from Fenty, and I'm going right under the orange, right up into my crease and into that brow bone, just trying to deepen it up. I am going to be cutting the crease, so I'm not super concerned about being super precise, but you know, I'm still trying to make sure that this look looks blended and not a hot mess. So I am going right under the orange. And next I'm going to try out the precision brush with that deep brown shade. So I'm just going on the outer V and starting to deepen everything up, and then I'm taking the brush and attempting to go in the crease. Now this is where things get a little bit hairy, a little bit off schedule. I did blend the color a little bit too high, but again, like I said, I'm going to cut the crease, so not all is lost. You know, I'll just fix things after I cut the crease. So we lost a little bit of the olive shade, but it's still gonna look nice once the crease is cut because you know, the brown is still kind of making the look. So I'm just using my liquid matte shadow from Fenty Beauty. Again, everything will be in the description box below what I used, and I'm just using that to create the base for the pressed glitter. And I'm going to go ahead and use my finger to just apply it to the center of the lid and then blending it outwards. I wanted to try out the shadow brush just so that I can try out all the brushes that I was sent to apply the pressed glitter, but as you could probably tell, the finger just works a lot better, gets it done a lot faster, and helps the product apply a lot more pigmented and just, you know, really packs that glittery punch. So I go back in with the finger and I'm just blending from the center outwards on both sides. To bring everything back together, I'm going to go back into those 2 mattes, the olive and the dark brown, and I'm going to apply the olive on top of the glitter. And as you can hopefully tell, these shades these palettes, these formulas work really well together. The mattes blend well together. You can still see the mattes on top of the shimmers. The shimmers still go well on top of the mattes. And yeah, they work really well together. So I was not surprised, but you know, I was satisfied with the results that I was getting. Not a lot of fallout and a little bit of kickback in the pan. So that's basically all the work we're gonna do with the shadow. I wanted to warm up this look a little bit and go a little bit non-traditional. So I'm using a kind of purpley brown liner. This is Dark Roast from Dose of Colors, as opposed to like a black liner. And I thought it would just be kind of a cute addition to this look. So after kind of blending that into the outer V, I'm just gonna apply some liner and some lashes, and boom, that is the finished look. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this look. Let me know what you think about this look in the comments down below. Now it's time to talk a little bit more about the palettes and some of my favorite palettes out of the bunch. So this is the finished look you all just saw me create. I used the Snapshadow numbers 3 and 7, I believe, which is probably somewhere on the screen. They have 8 different little quads, or actually there's 6 of them. There's 8 different palettes total that you can choose from. There's no pricing, so I'm hoping that you get like a discount if you do buy 2, because they do kind of work together. They snap together. The idea being, I assume that you're kind of creating your own palette. So let me just quickly read what it says. Snap 'em and stack 'em, meet Snapshadows, mix and match eyeshadow palettes. The first mini palette of its kind that actually snaps together. Blah, 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 blah. Each mini 6-pan palette serves up a unique color story, from smoky to pastel to the perfect low-key neutrals for your skin tone. Packed with rich, smooth, blendable color and rainbow of matte, shimmer, or glitter finishes. Each shade was specifically created by Rihanna to deliver just the colors you'll actually want to use. No more wasted shades. So I definitely am feeling this concept. So the palettes look like this, and they have the numbers on them, and on the back they have the I guess the names of each palette and the description. So I'm really liking this idea. I like the way that they're trying to, you know, personalize the kind of shadow experience, especially where skin tone is concerned. If you have darker skin, you know the struggle of getting palettes where half the mattes don't even show up on your skin tone. So I picked the 2 that I felt like were one of the most, well, I wouldn't say they're the most dark skin friendly. There were another couple that I liked. And by the time this video is up, you should be able to see swatches on my Instagram page. I will have that link down below. I'm also gonna post like the actual photos of each palette on my website and in the app, so all the information will be in the description box down below. But the 2 I picked, number 3 and number 7, I felt like were super dark skin friendly. Number 3, I believe, is the one where I really felt like it was it had like all the neutrals. Like this is like a great everyday palette for a deeper skin tone. And then this one was kind of like if you want to do something a little bit more different, a little bit more sultry. I'm personally into olives and greens, so that's why I chose that palette. I also felt like, and I have them here, I also really liked for deeper skin tones, this one at number 4. I felt like it was just a super pretty, like berry toned palette. And again, swatches will be in the description box below. And then the other one that I really liked for deeper skin was number 6. And this one is like a smoky eye type of palette. So this would pair well, either 6, 4, or 7 would pair well with 3, which is the neutral one for deeper skin tone. So yeah, so let's just quickly go over how the palettes, or how the colors performed and the brushes. As you guys kind of saw, I mean, the video kind of explains itself, but they were super pigmented and buttery and blendable. I didn't really have any issues blending any of the shades out. As the sheet mentioned, there are different finishes, so the mattes were pretty good in my opinion. They're not like the super most duperest pigmented mattes ever, but they were pretty pigmented, and I just used concealer as a primer. Didn't really do anything like super crazy to get the pigment to show up, and For the palettes that I chose, the pigment was pretty good. And then they have the shimmers, and then there's like these pressed kind of glitters. The pressed glitters definitely apply better with the finger than with a brush. I tried it with their eyeshadow brush, didn't really love it, but when I used my finger, they showed up perfectly. And then I guess the shimmers, those swatched really well. I didn't use them this time around, but I can already tell that whether it's with a brush or a finger, they'll show up pretty nicely. The brushes, the blending brush did blend, but I'm just so used to a brush that has more of a like circular shape. I think this is it here. And this one has like, I guess it's like really good to like get in the crease, but it's like, I just prefer something that's kind of more round. That's just what I'm used to using to blend. The precision, this one again was just, it was okay. I mean, it was good for precision, but again, I like something a little bit more fluffier and rounder. And then the shadow brush was just like a normal shadow brush. So all in all, I think that this is obviously, you know, everyone's not gonna like every single palette. This is really your personal preference, which is kind of the point of the whole launch. So I think that there's really something for everyone here. And in terms of how the shadows perform, I don't think that they're the most pigmented palettes ever, but they are user-friendly, which I think has been kind of Fenty's theme throughout their whole brand. They are accessible. They want everybody to be able to use this, not just like a certain caliber of makeup artist. So everyone should be able to use these palettes, whether you are like a novice or you just want like a super simple look, or you do something like what I've done today, which is a little bit more complicated. But still, you know, obviously the colors work. So that is my quick review demo. Happy to answer any questions in the comments down below. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, today's review. Please let me know what you thought in the comment section, and please, if you enjoyed today's video, like this video and subscribe to this channel for more cool content. All right, thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next video.